I'm gonna look more into this later though, yo, cause I'm over this shit. I'm not gonna lie, yo. This shit is crazy. I would rather watch a video on it, cause I'm a lazy bastard. I'll admit it. I admit it. You're on day 3 right now, right? Inside, this is ABC News. So we were just looking on CNN. Let's look at ABC real quick. Ah, yo, my fucking back is donezo, bro.
And sexual abuse. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Day 3 of testimony in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Putting the spotlight on the years of physical and sexual abuse the mogul's now ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, says she endured. Combs denying all charges. And just a warning, this story contains accounts, descriptions, and visual...
One of the charges, domestic violence. He's wilding, bro. Like, that just makes him look crazy as hell, because there's a video you literally fucking domestic violencing her. Domestic violencing her. Not funny. Domestic violence is not funny, but that word is kind of funny. Domestic violencing. It's probably not even a real word, to be honest with you. Fuck it, though, nigga.
Content of actual or alleged events that some may find disturbing.
Good morning, day 3 of the trial. Do you have anything to say at all? Anything to say?
Under the pouring rain and stormy skies in New York City.
Good morning.
Day 3 of testimony in the federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial against Sean Diddy Combs got underway this morning.
How we feeling? Good morning. Anything to say this morning?
Today, the so-called freak-offs and allegations of horrific abuse were front and center.
Oh, shit.
What we heard from Cassie is a woman that was broken, a woman that's scarred, a woman that's hurt physically, emotionally, psychologically.
In graphic, lurid detail, Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, testifying what she says happened behind closed doors during those now infamous so-called freak-offs.
So Cassie, when she testified about these freak-offs, she said that it started early in the relationship. She was young, she was naive, and she wanted to satisfy.
As I said, bro, this nigga's a talent scout, bro. This nigga knew exactly what he was looking for when he found her. He knew exactly what he was looking for, facts.
Combs, but she didn't think that this was something that was going to be regular. And it became almost on a weekly basis.
And it got to a point where...
Yo, that is crazy, yo. I'm not gonna lie. A weekly basis of just orgies every week, yo. Like, don't you get sick and tired of that, yo? Like,
as she testified about it, she said, this was my job. This is what I did.
Cassie seated in the witness box once again.
They had to call their star witness out of order because she is 9 months pregnant and she's due June 1st.
She says she participated in hundreds of freak-offs during her 11-year relationship with the music mogul. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him. Diddy is, of course, known as a prominent recording artist, going back decades. Hits like I'll Be Missing You.
Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
And was honored by the Recording Academy in 2020 with the Grammy Salute to Industry Icons Award.
And I want to thank everybody here from the bottom of my heart, you know,
I'm not gonna lie, she was a banger, by the way.
that really cared about me.
Diddy launched into superstardom after founding Bad Boy Records in 1993. And
This nigga's not ugly as hell, bro. Pause, yo. This nigga is got a weird shaped ass head, bro. Nigga has no chin. Nigga Diddy has no chin.
his own successful clothing line, Sean Jean, in 1998.
Sean Combs wasn't just
Bro,
a rapper.
Holy shit, this nigga's ugly as hell, too. God damn.
Just a business person. He was this bigger-than-life mogul. So what's at stake for him?
Everything is at stake for him. He has been in a federal detention facility in Brooklyn, New York. It's not a nice place, and he has been there since last year. He looks like he has been there since last year. Federal prison is not a nice place to be. He was worth about $750 million when this started. Reportedly, he's now worth less than half of that.
Cassie saying that for the first time publicly on the stand, that Combs settled her 2023 civil lawsuit with her for $20 million. Although he settled without admitting wrongdoing, that suit set the stage for the epic fall from grace for the embattled industry titan.
So she got 20 mil out of this nigga. Like, bro, there's something deeper to this, yo. She done got 20 million out of this nigga, bro. Aren't you, like, after that, aren't you supposed to, like, keep quiet? They should have to pay him. Like, how does that work? Like, this nigga settled, gave her the guapo, and then she can come back at him again. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Said that the freak-offs.
I mean, but shit. I mean, hey man, some people believe he deserves to be under the jail because of this shit. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, for the domestic violence shit, though, him beating the shit out of her, bro, he probably should do some time for that, though. That was a little wild. I was thinking like that, fucking punting her in the back, bro. Shit's crazy.
Left her emotionally empty, at one point saying she contemplated suicide.
Oh, nah.
I was spinning out and I didn't want to be alive anymore at that point, adding that she tried to walk out the front door into traffic.
What the jury saw was a person that was broken. That is what the jury saw.
At one point, federal prosecutors opted to show the jury a series of 7 pictures they said were taken from video recordings of freak-offs that Cassie said Combs forced her to make.
We saw visceral reactions to these photos of the freak-offs. And part of the strategy here is to give a fuller understanding of these. The depravity, the rooms, the violence, the sex.
Having tried so many of these cases in your career as a federal prosecutor, what's it like for Cassie Ventura, having to sit on stage and bare her soul this way?
The courtroom is very crowded. She is talking about some of the worst things that could ever happen to anyone. She has explained that she is humiliated, that she is ashamed, that she is a recovering addict. And so this is a woman who, regardless of whether or not he is found guilty, this is a very brave woman.
At one point during the timeline of their relationship, Cassie and Combs split up, and she began dating rapper Kid Cudi, but she said ultimately broke things off. Cassie saying there was, quote, too much danger, too much uncertainty of, like, what could happen if we continue to see each other. Cassie later testified that Combs had told her
he was willing to crash out over shorty. God damn, yo. I mean, yo. They have a really weird relationship, yo. This is like what they consider trauma bonding. It's like, yo, like, this man really thought she was his property, yo. She really belonged to him at that time. Holy shit.
he was going to hurt her and Kid Cudi, and later spoke of arson. Scott's car would be blown up, Cassie said, Combs told her. Sean wanted Scott's friends to be there to see the car get blown up in the driveway.
It was her understanding that Sean Combs had something to do with it, that he had the ability to use force enough to blow up someone's car far away from him to send a message. And for the government, that message is to fall in line. And that's why we're talking about it in this case.
Several times, prosecutors...
Fucking like, yo, who's drawing this shit, bro? And how's their wrist? How are their hands, bro? She gotta be in pain, bro. But this whole shit is crazy, man. Just like I said, people are really leading lives like this, and people are just really going through this shit on a daily basis, just living like this, bro. Fucking money, man, brings out the worst in you.
Prosecutors directed the line of questioning to instances of alleged violence Cassie says Combs inflicted on her. With tears in her eyes, she described those harrowing moments from that dramatic 2016 video captured by security cameras at a Los Angeles hotel, in which she says she tried to escape a freak-off, with Combs throwing a vase full of flowers at her.
Goddamn mad water, bro. But shit. I see this. I see this shit. Like, goddamn, this is... Yo, if you're having a relationship that has domestic violence in it, if you're a man or a woman, bro, like, get some help, yo. Holy cow, like, nigga throwing bases at her head, yo.
Pursued her down the hallway in a towel. I just remembered it coming towards me, she said. I didn't get hit. I remembered hitting the wall. He was just yelling at me and threw it at me.
She talked about the actual fear that she felt as Sean Combs came barreling down that hallway, and she stayed there cowered in a corner.
After the incident, Combs texting Cassie, imploring her to call him. Cassie texting back, I have a premiere Monday for the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. I have a black eye and a fat lip. It was time for me to go. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. Please stay far away from me. Pointing out photos from a March 2016 movie premiere after party, which allegedly showed bruises on her right leg.
As you sit in court, you see Cassie.
By the way, yo, I'm a leg guy. I fucking love legs, yo. Just side note. Just thought I'd throw that out there. You know what I mean?
Laser focused on the person who's asking questions. But it's this easy for her to turn and look at Sean Combs. But she never did that during the entirety of the case.
The testimony has been graphic, disturbing. What's been the mood like in the courtroom as the jurors listen to that kind of detail?
I can say that this is probably the most disturbing case I've ever heard. The jurors seem stunned at much of the.
I'm not gonna lie, the View is filled with fucking idiots, bro. The whole panel is just moron galore.
Information.
Combs' attorneys have argued
Just
in
being
their
honest.
opening statement, when it comes to the 11-year
They
relationship,
don't even look like they belong together. Like, they don't look like a good match at all whatsoever. Am I bugging? Like, they just don't look like they go together.
between Cassie Ventura and Sean Combs, she was a consenting participant in the freak-offs.
I think what the prosecution must do is explain through expert testimony what a survivor of sex crimes, what that kind of behavior can look like. And it can very much look like consensual behavior. They also need to explain what grooming looks like, how sexual predators can groom and push boundaries until someone feels like what they are doing is normal.
Can an adult be groomed, though? Like, she's an adult, though. That's what I'm not understanding. Grown-ass woman. So, that's... I don't know, man. I don't understand at all whatsoever this climate we're in when it comes to women and accountability and responsibility and all that kind of shit. I don't know, bro.
Many people will have the question of, well, he allegedly beat you these many times. Why did you continue staying with him? Cassie testified that the person that controlled her finances, that 10-album deal that she had, who made the determination of whether she releases an album or not, was who? Sean Combs. And that because of that power dynamic, it's hard and very difficult for the person to be able to walk away.
At baseline, when you hear this, there's a heaviness and a sadness that a woman allegedly went through probably some of the most horrific things I've ever heard, and a man who had it all, threw it all away. Even someone without my legal experience is disturbed, troubled, and quite frankly, saddened.
Cassie Ventura is expected to be cross-examined by
I
the
know this nigga
defense
again, bro.
tomorrow. For much more in this story.
This nigga having an ugly contest with himself, bro. Holy shit. Alright, y'all, but I'm about to end this stream here. I'm gonna hop back on a little later and get more into this. I'm probably doing a little more research before I hop on, though, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about, you dig? Alright, man. The worst show on earth. Captain fucking Patty, by the way. If you didn't know, now you know. And I'll be back.